Hey everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make Power in life is it's not a gift, man. It's a trust. It's a community ideal to be able to put people in a room. It's talking about some of the most difficult of things, painful, hurtful things, but yet congeal an environment whereby people can see their own humanity, show compassion, and show mercy. Civil liberties attorney Clarence Darrow also said when it came to humor, if you lose the power to laugh, you lose the power to think. With that, I present End of Racism Comedy Lecture Tour Virtual Edition.
I think racism is the reason why you never ever see black people in tanning commercials. You laughing, but if you went to the local pharmacy, you saw a cut out of me with some suntan lotion, you'd be confused. It's a killer. They don't tell you this. It affects everybody. Guess what? Racism affects white people too. But they don't tell you. That's why I'm here. Work with me here. Black people have Black History Month. I'm Muslim. Muslims have Ramadan. Latinos have Latino month. What do my white brothers and sisters have? Nothing. You gonna have a Caucasian Awareness Month or Black Appreciation Day or a White Day or a Hanukkah or a Soccer Day or a Christian Month or Holy Every Month or Pale Poems? Nothing. Put out your right hand. Stand with our fingers. I call this the fives. It's about thinking about language. Freedom. I believe there's always 5 letters that let us know just how close we are. 5 letters. Think outside of it. You can count on it. 5 letters. We all exist, EXIST, here on earth, 5 letters, by virtue of the fact we're all human nature remain. Therefore, it doesn't matter whether you're black 5 letters, white 5 letters, Asian 5 letters, or Latino, like the O, the A, it's still true. I'm Muslim, that means I follow Islam, that's 5 letters. If you're Jewish, you get Torah 5 letters too. The point of this is, as good as the sound is always going to be hate, and it's 5 letters too. Because our power lies in our unity, UNITY. And a hater, you know how a hater is. Most of them are angry, some of them are upset, some of them pissed off right now because damn it, they can't SVP. And it's okay. So, hey, listen, man, if you can't, if you take 3 things away from the 5, it gives you peace. And that peace is spelled PEACE.
I proudly present the End of Racism Comedy Lecture Tour Virtual Edition. College near you. Hey everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notify button so you'll know when you're getting new episodes. And we just want to grow this project. I thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get it rolling. The ShOUT Show.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. I'm Preacher Moss, host of the SOS to ShOUT Show. I hope everybody's doing well. You're having a blessed day in a run-up to Thanksgiving. I know it's Thanksgiving all over the world. I give thanks every day. But this is the American Thanksgiving. Some food's going to happen and relatives, maybe not as many relatives that you used to having. And I say that in a meaningful way because everybody's trying to practice social distancing. We're trying to make sure that our loved ones are healthy. And it's interesting because there's just this dynamic, if you will, about healthy and addictive nature. Can it be that the love of family in some regards has an addictive component to, like, we know, every guy knows, we're all mama's boys. Whatever happens between us and our mama, we're always mama's boys. If you never met your mama, you have a craving for your mama. And I think what's going on now, because a lot of people are traveling, and I want to give a shout out to the mayor of Denver. Come on, brother. You told everybody, don't fly, don't travel, then you fly. Come on, brother. I don't mean to bag on you, but this is Mayor of Denver. A black man going to tell everybody not to fly. Then he get caught flying. Bro, you could have drove or something, man. Come on, you the mayor. Do a better job. Before I get into today's topic, brothers and sisters, I want everybody to please subscribe to ShOUT. Why? Because I'm trying to do some big things going into the new year, into 2021, and I could definitely use your help and your assistance, and in some regards, your advice. I'm actually going to be coming up with some new content, if you will. And quiet announcement. I have an album called Confessions of a Muslim Comedian. Many of you have seen the trailer. We're going to be releasing that this year. It's a real timely piece. I really like it. In terms of just art flow, a lot of people have seen stand-up, but you haven't really seen stand-up the way it was really, really framed in terms of a conversation. So this is a return to the conversation, the verbiage back and forth between the comedian and the artist, if you will. Something almost relevant to a call and response kind of album, if you will, because that is literally what it is. It says the audience have a response, you laugh. But that's cool. Couple points of business. If you have come on the show for the first time, thank you. We appreciate you. Click the subscribe button, click the link button. But then again, going back to something we talked about earlier in the week about the social dilemma, that thing, I would like everybody to come to the show. I don't necessarily want you to subscribe to the show because I want to find out where this information is going. What YouTube does with our information, what Facebook does with our information. Because I'm legitimately concerned about the addictive nature of social media. It's really something that's been taught. And I'm going to reiterate, if anybody can read the book, Weapons of Math Destruction, MATH, Math Destruction, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This whole idea of algorithms is not something that's really presented to African-American communities of color. It's not presented to us, but it's meant for us, and it frames a lot of what we do. Our credit reports, the points you get on when you get a house or a credit card, or how much time you spend in jail, what kind of probation you get. Literally numbers and algorithms, things that normally you would say, okay, I got it, but these algorithms are meant to get a result, but it can't control the result on the other side. That's another topic. If you're a shout out show regular, you're gonna get your shout out show. You're gonna get your shout out right now. We got everybody, we got stars in the building. So let me start up at the top. Got Sister Ree. How you doing, Sister Ree? Hope everything's going on with you and Derek up in Michigan. I'll give Auntie a big hug and tell her everybody on the shout out show is wishing her the best. And we're all making dua for her. Dua is a Muslim food. We're making prayers for supplications for her for her return to good health. Asking for her to have shifa. Sister Sultana, brothers and sisters, our consultant producer, but she's going to be a host. If there's anything we can do for this sister, we're going to make her a host. We're going to get her from out behind the camera and the work of the shout out show and things that we work on, because she's extremely creative. And I believe, brothers and sisters, that our community needs her presence. They need her insight. So I'm gonna take an L in terms of my team at some point in time, and I'm gonna push her hard enough whereby she increases her skill set and she leaves And she leaves because she knows that she's better than the situation she's in, and she wants to spread her own wings. That's what we want to do for you. Sister Naima, how are you doing? Hold on a minute here. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Click. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Naima. How are you doing up in Detroit? I don't know if you're in Detroit, but I wanted to ask you, how are some of the things with the voting going on? With the some of the Michigan Republicans, if you will, were actually trying to not certify the vote, the final tally in Michigan. How were African Americans organizing around that? How were Latinos and people of color organizing around that? Let us know. All right. Brother Altaf comes all the way from Toronto. Toronto is like second home to me, brothers and sisters. I have family up there, relative in-laws up there. But I always ask, Brother Altaf, what's going on up there? You guys are going in a shutdown. And at one point in time, Toronto, in my opinion, did it right. They didn't listen to the hubbub. They literally shut everything down. They got the numbers where they are, and then the numbers started going back up. And I know they're serious, but I really want to know how you guys are doing, because I've reached out to a couple people who are also out there. Let me give a shout out. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. We got Sister Ika all the way from Indonesia. Hope you're doing well with your son and daughter. Hope things are going well at your shop, your place of business. We appreciate you tuning in to the Shout Out Show. And always, your salams are welcome. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahmed Shaheed is my main man out of Masjid Ward Dean Muhammad, Third Ward. This brother's a soldier, man. He's a function operations guy. He's a tech guy, but all that aside, man, it's fun to see a guy who does not mind rolling up his sleeves and getting the job done, if you will. And I've worked with him on numerous projects. Always had a smiling face, a good disposition, and offered a laugh, because I can get a little bit off the rails, man. And he's done incredible things. And a shout out to your wife as well, brother. She's doing amazing things. I've seen his family grow. I mean, I really appreciate you coming on the show, brother. And we have, all right. Reed, that's right. Yes, and thank y'all. Absolutely. Sister Naim is giving a voting. It's crazy here. They're still rioting. They're rioting. Woo! I didn't know about it. You in the heart of Motown. They're rioting in Motown. Boy, you better put on that Marvin Gaye record and slip out the back door. All right. What's going on? Tell me something. We got people drinking the Trump Kool-Aid, anti-masking. Wow, that's going on in Toronto out there. That's amazing, brother. That's amazing, because Trump was the last thing. I want to talk about that a little bit. What we got here? Michigan finally solidified their votes, and Biden still okay. Blanco and white people are still pissed. What is the thing, man, about, I don't want to say white anger, but just white denial. I don't know which one is more dangerous, white anger or white denial. And let me give a shout out to my main man, Zane Patel, brothers and sisters, out of the great state of Texas, doing amazing things, man. Zane, you and I are homies, brother. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We hope to do some big things, brothers and sisters, moving into 2021. Let me answer this for Brother Ahmed. It will be available in about 2 weeks, Ahmed. Inshallah, it'll be available about 2 weeks. I had to do some tweaks on it, but it's ready to go. It's one of those CDs, man. It's just concepts. It's literally concepts on concepts on concepts. Yeah, I don't know if you heard Busta Rhymes' new album, Extinction Event, whatever it is, number 2. Great album, as a matter of fact, amazing album. But this is a content album and literally it's like Confessions of Muslim Comedians, which really kind of delves into the back, but it gives you something that you haven't had, which is the scope of coming to Islam, experiencing Islam as an African-American Muslim comedian. A lot of what you see on TV today, which is not bad, but a lot of what you see on TV today is about our immigrant brothers and sisters. And we need to have, for lack of a better word, we need to have representation. Not just representation, but we need a fuller narrative so that people do know about us. People know about us, People respect our history, and we have, I want to say this, we have discernibles, we have discoverables, we have talking points about where we fall in the landscape of American Islam, because a lot right now people don't think that we are in that landscape, or we died out in the 60s. But I will be getting it out, and it will be on iTunes, inshallah. So let's get to our topic today. Our topic today is pretty easy. It's the pre-Thanksgiving show. The pre-Thanksgiving show. And this is why I brought this up, man. The funniest part about Thanksgiving is getting ready for it. The most hilarious thing about Thanksgiving is getting ready for it. I'm talking about turkeys. I'm talking about cranberry sauce. I'm talking about stuff you will not use. Has anybody here used cranberry sauce at any other time during the year? Like I don't remember shopping for cranberry sauce. Oh, in July, going, ooh, I better get some cranberry sauce. Yeah, I don't do it. You know, the idea of stuffing a whole turkey, and here's a funny thing. Read the directions on the turkey. But it's just those pounds of a turkey, it doesn't mean it's a big turkey. It means that's how much turkey you're going to have to eat after Thanksgiving. I remember one time I hosted Thanksgiving, and I don't know, it was a halal turkey. It was a halal turkey, and I got a turkey that was just south of about 30 pounds, and it was only 4 of us. Or 5 of us. And I remember that my dad looked at me like I was the biggest idiot in the world. He said, he said, well, who the hell gonna get all this turkey? He said, you got more people coming? There wasn't any more people coming. He said, you might be funny, but you ain't that smart, boy. I'm worried about you. That is it. And this is the thing that we may miss due to COVID this year. It is the chatter and the ability to look forward to Thanksgiving. Ironically, a lot of times they do a shout out, Sister Rabina, how you doing? All the way from the UK, staying up late, my sister, staying up late. But we appreciate you as always. And Sister Rabina, do they have anything in the UK like we have Thanksgiving? I just want to ask. The big thing about the pre-Thanksgiving exercise, because I'm going to be on tomorrow for Thanksgiving. That will probably be the lowest rated show. I don't think anybody's going to be on. I'm going to be talking to the computer myself. You know why? Because you're not supposed to be looking at the shout out show on a Thursday. You're looking at football. You're looking at the few relatives, the loved ones that you're going to be able to kick time with. You're going to look at more football. It used to be you look at college basketball games. I think that's going to happen. And, you know, the scope out of it is developing in this food. Now, I want to throw this out here for the pre-Thanksgiving thing. Of course, we're going to have a lot of food that comes, you know, but I want to point this out. What I want to point out is there are a lot of people that are experiencing what's being called food insecurity. Food insecurity. In my day, it means like you ain't have no food. The cupboard was bare. So as much as we're going to prepare food, I'm going to ask everybody, and I'm going to do it too, you know, maybe donate some food. I have soup and things like that I haven't really gotten to. Just put it in a bag and drop it off someplace. Because the one thing I remember about pre-Thanksgiving was the importance to feed the needy. Now, this particular cycle, election cycle, whatever you want to call it, we have a lot of people who are needy. So this part of the show is going to be a little bit about service. You know, Masjid Muhammad, Masjid Wardeen, masjids around the country, churches around the country. A lot of us are finding ourselves in service to those that have less, which is not a problem. I don't even think about it. It's not an issue. My issue is that we're beginning to get to a point, an apex, if you will, whereby what we're providing is not really meeting the needs. There are people who are finding themselves in unfamiliar territory. One thing about being poor over a long period of time is that you develop a routine. Let me say that. You develop a routine. One thing about not having money over a period of time is that you develop a routine. You understand the ins and outs of your finances, or you understand the ins and outs of poverty, and you can be creative in those spaces. There are a lot of people for the first time who are going to be cash poor and food poor. And I'm going to ask that we look out for those people. Some of them may be in our own family. Some of them may be our neighbors. This is the danger of a COVID-19 and the danger, if you will, of a Trump administration, which led people to not talk to their neighbors, but still develop ideas and narratives about their neighbors without talking to their neighbors. And the narratives, of course, were true because you had no other evidence to come to verify what you were saying. Yes, biggest time for giving is around holidays. We need to continue to give throughout the year. All right. And Sister Rabina adds, Thanksgiving is not highly thought of in the UK due to this historical aspect. We have Christmas, Easter, bonfire night when guy folks try to blow up Parliament. We celebrate Eid. Okay, that's cool. Thank you, Sister Rabina. But my point is, brothers and sisters, for today and tomorrow and that slide into the end of the year, I hope I'm wrong, but that feeling in the street, that feeling when you go in the grocery store. I had to go to the grocery store recently, and I watched a mother with her kids putting stuff back, like looking at the price and putting stuff back. And it struck a chord with me. It struck a chord with me that this woman was having to frame, if you will. She was having to make very, very vital nutritional decisions about what her kids want to eat based upon not the variety of the food, but her expenses, her finances. And I think, one of the things I remember thoroughly when I first became Muslim was a brother took me to the side and he fed me. He fed me. And I asked him why, and he wouldn't let me pay for the meal. He said, I need you to understand on the other side of it that it may be a time when you're hungry and you can't feed yourself. He said, therein lies what this religion is. And it's for Christianity as well, and Judaism. He said, but you got to have that hunger. And I can be honest, brothers and sisters, one of the craziest, worst Thanksgivings yet blessed Thanksgiving was when I was a comedian out in California. And I didn't want to go to someone's house because I didn't have the money to bring a dish. This is real. I have been fired off a tour. And this is in the comedy business, you work months to build 6 months of work. And with this one comedian, all 6 months were gone in less than 5 minutes. I've been working, and it was gone in 5 minutes. And I literally found myself trying to figure out the mortgage, trying to figure out, not the mortgage, but the apartment at the time, trying to figure out my car note, trying to figure out, can I be healthy long enough so I don't need the health care? Listen to what I'm saying. Trying to figure out when you go to McDonald's and get a fish sandwich, how do you make a meal? Take the bread off, eat the bread later. Maybe I clean I didn't, brothers, I wouldn't get the tartar sauce, but I would save the bun. And it was horrible. It was horrible. And to top it off, my mom wasn't doing that well. So we all had all these financial constraints, if you will. So right before that Thanksgiving, in fact, the day before Thanksgiving, I get a package from my mom. Um, it was a shirt. And I'm thinking, what in the world do I need a shirt for? I need a dang on job, mom. I need income. And then the shirt was $50. And it did strike a chord with me because I know she didn't really have it to give, but she was like, "You're out there by yourself." She knew I didn't even tell her I got fired. She just knew things were tight. And I remember taking the $50 on Thanksgiving. I didn't eat the day before. I took the $50 and I was trying to find a place. I was trying to find a place where I could get some food and still budget at $50. Now, at the time, downtown Long Beach, where I live, the Ritzy section was, of course, in the sort of like the east end. The west section had a lot of homelessness. So here I am, and it's to the point you don't drive your car because like I got to hold on to that gas. I got to hold on to the gas, and everything was shut down for Thanksgiving. Like it was shut down. Like you didn't really have the Denny's and stuff. And I remember going to a gas station getting change. Like I had a $50 I got change, and I got two sandwiches. Now, if anybody knows me well, because I'm a road comic, I live on gas station sandwiches. Tuna fish, if I'm hard pressed, turkey, if I'm really hard pressed, chicken salad. I know it's not halal, but I'm telling you what I was doing back in the day. Uh, and I bought two sandwiches. And I walk out of the gas station. It was a Shell on Broadway and Orange downtown. And I saw this homeless guy there. And, you know, he's like, "Hey, fella." And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And he starts telling me about, da 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 da. He's just talking. And I'm like, "Man, are you hungry?" And he goes, "Well, I said, dude, are you hungry?" I said, "It's a rhetorical question." He said, "Yeah." And I remember going, "Well, listen, I got a sandwich. I have two sandwiches." I said, "I got a chicken salad and I got a tuna sandwich. Which one do you want?" And he took the tuna salad. Oh, no, he took the chicken salad. And I was like, "Take the tuna." Uh, he said, "You want me to?" And we laughed that I didn't tell him, "Look, just take the tuna. I wanted the chicken salad." And I never forget what the guy said. He said, "Man, you can keep the sandwiches." I said, "What?" He said, "You can keep the sandwiches." He said, "My joy today," he said, "is not you, but the idea that's out there that if I was in trouble, that I can get a conversation and somebody checking on me." He said, "And B, I could get a meal." And I'm not an emotional guy. I said, "Man, take both sandwiches." I said, "Take both sandwiches." And I had $50 and I gave him 10. And he said, "What's this from?" I said, "You know what? That's from my mother." I said, "That's from Mary Moss." He said, "Does she live in Long Beach?" I said, "No, she lives in DC." I said, "But that's from Mary Moss." He said, "Why are you giving me $10?" I said, "Not because I believe it." I said, "Because she believed that in me, I would do this." And then I called my mom and I said, about that $50. And she said, "Say no more." And I told her what I did with the sandwich. And I remember the next day after Thanksgiving, I saw the homeless guy, because they don't move. They're very local. They move around in circles. I saw the homeless guy. And he hey, come over here, come over here, come over here. And I said, all right, man, what do you want, man? How you? He said, how you doing? I said, I'm doing. No, I said, he asked me. I asked him, how you doing? He said, I'm still homeless. And I said, okay. And the thing he said to me, man, he said, remember that sandwich? He said, yeah. He said, the two sandwiches? I said, yeah. He said, I had one that was delicious. I said, did you have the other one? He said, no. He said, I gave it to somebody else. He said, I gave it to somebody else. And I asked him why. He said, you know what? Gratitude. Gratitude frames aptitude, frames altitude. And I'll never forget that, man. And we remained friends actually for a couple years before I moved. But it's just those little things. And I'm not a scholar at all. But in all of us, you have to recognize the little bit of one, good in yourself, and two, God in yourself. So this whole pre-Thanksgiving thing, I'm not saying go out and give away all your groceries, da da da, but recognize two things: the good in yourself and the God in yourself. Got a shout out, sister. Mhm. Cook for 200 people and come to the house, take off the shoes, wash their hands. Yeah, yeah. Excellent tradition, Sister Rabina. So, brothers and sisters, since Ree isn't here, I'm going to be at the gas station getting a tuna sandwich and a chicken salad sandwich. Ree, did you hear that? I'm starving because of you. Um, no, I wish Ree was here because I know that'd be a killer Thanksgiving. However, she'll be back on the third and get back on craft services because I am losing weight as we talk. Remember, brothers and sisters, the act of kindness, the act of gratitude, if you will, as my mother says, thankfulness. Hey, mom, and thank for that $20 back when I was in Long Beach. And I apologize for never telling you at the time that I got fired off the George Lopez tour. I was broke as the Ten Commandments. I was broke as the Ten Commandments. I was so broke I had to lay my shadow off. I was like, look, it's not good looking here today. But I appreciate that $50 you put in that shirt because it reminded me, as bad as things were, someone else had it worse. And I made a new friend. He was homeless. His name was Umberto. But Umberto was a good dude. And Umberto taught me humility. And I gave him $10. I'll tell the rest of that story when he gave it back to me. Ree, you have no reason to be sorry. I'm just talking smack. Ree's talking about I'm sorry. All the food you giving me, please. Please. I'm just messing with you. I'll be there. I got you. Be back. No, you come back when you come back. You take care of Auntie. Everybody here on the show wants you to take care of Auntie. So listen, I'm gonna go, but I want to shout out everybody. Hey, mom, give a shout out to Miss Eleanor. I'm sure she's at the house. She's at her house, probably working on our Thanksgiving meal. But listen, it was a pleasure. And I don't say this enough. I don't say this. It was a pleasure to come on and be able to talk to everybody here on the Shout Out Show on this particular platform. I don't say it enough, and inshallah, I hope to get better because each and every one of you, I want you to understand that this platform is about having a relationship. This platform is about everybody feeling good about a commitment that they made with their time, with their energy, with their creativity, with their opinions. This is not an opinionated show. This is a show for opinions. This is a show for information. And all of you, everybody that I shouted out, do I need to shout them out again? Yeah, I'll shout you out again. Everybody that I shouted out, starting with Ree, Sultana, Sister Naima, Altaf, Aika, Ahmed, Ree, Altaf, Zane, Sister Rabina, all of you guys make the show better. And um, for that, on behalf of myself and my good homeless friend Umberto, wherever you are, brother, I hope that Allah protects you and expands your heart and gives you blessings. On behalf of myself and Umberto, brothers and sisters, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And if I don't see you tomorrow, it's okay. You know why? Because it's Thanksgiving. Take care. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hey everybody, this is your brother Preacher Moss. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed your shout out show experience. We'll be back with the next show, the next shout out show. Simple ask before you go, please help your brother out. Click that subscribe button, click that notify button, and I'll see you again on this side of the microphone. You probably wonder what that smell is. That's me. I smell good. And the reason I smell good is because I use oils from Tarifa Tar. So I'm not saying you can't smell good. I'm not even saying you stink. I'm saying you have the opportunity to smell exquisite. Check out tarifatar.com for some of the best oils and scents in town.